Welcome to Pinterest, a slightly different way of social networking, but still a valid method for getting your message across, reaching more people, and increasing that footfall to your own website. The idea behind Pinterest is that you have the ability to pin images onto a board. As we can see here, we have recently pinned images. Now, those images are pinned by yourself, and then they can be liked by other people. They can be repinned, so if somebody likes an image that they see, they can repin it onto their board and therefore increase its exposure. Very similar process to your Facebook and Twitter type accounts, in that you're building up a bank of friends, fellow pinners, who might or might not like the images that you pin. Mechanically, obviously you will need to sign in for an account, although you can sign in to Pinterest using your Facebook or your Twitter account anyway, so that would get you up and running very quickly. The process is then to start pinning. So the first thing that we need to do is to add a board. So if we go to add, you'll find that we can add a pin directly to our page. We can create a new board. And if you think of a board as a separate pin board, so that you can categorize your pins really. So if we created a new board and we'll call it Reister, it has to have a category so that people searching will come across your board. And we'll call it not DIY and crafts, thank you, technology. This is the account I'm signed in as, and we can add other pinners who can also pin to this particular board. So effectively you can share the board. For the moment, we'll keep it to ourselves. So let's create board. And the board is empty. Now you'll see there is an option here to like. So we could like the board. That will then get added into our Facebook account and effectively expanding the use of the pins across the internet. What we then need to be able to do is pin items to our board. Now if you go to add again, you'll find we have the option to add a pin or to upload a pin. Now if you upload a pin, that's an image you already have on your machine, and that is one option. The other option is to just add a pin from an existing website. If we just close this for a second, we have a quick way of adding images from another website, and that is by adding the pin option to your bookmarks toolbar. Here's the bookmarks toolbar. If we go to about pin it button, you'll find we can drag this pin it button to the bookmarks toolbar. As simple as that. Now there are instructions here on how to make sure your bookmark toolbar is visible, and the instructions are relevant to the browser you are currently in. So I'm currently using Chrome, therefore these instructions are for Chrome. But that brings the pin it button onto the bookmark toolbar, which is what we're after. We then go find a web page with an image on, this one here for example, one of our portfolios, and I'm quite keen on effectively showcasing this. So I go pin it while I'm looking at the page. It then picks all the images that are on that page and gives me the option to pin any of them. So if I wanted to showcase this particular image here, I'd say pin this. I can then choose a board to add this to, so I'm going to add this to the Reister board, and then a description for the pin. Notice the restriction there on 500 characters, which actually is quite a few. MVNA sample website, great use of business online. And then pin it. I then have the option here to see my pin that I've just placed, tweet the pin, so that will put a link into my Twitter account, or share it on Facebook, so that will then share it into my Facebook account. So if I go back to Pinterest and back to the home page, you see there's my latest pin, and there's my description, and it shows my name and board that we placed it on. Other people will then come across this and can add comments and can repin, so it gets repinned to their boards so that other people can see this. So it's very much a snowball process. Now when you pin an image, people can click on that image to zoom in closer, and then when they click on the image again, it actually takes them to the page the image came from. So you can actually start to see a business use for pinning, because you can place images on here from your own website, perhaps promoting a product, perhaps promoting a service that you offer, and that image will be linked through to your website. Another link back. All those link backs all help to increase your prominence in the search engine market. So we have Pinterest. Initially really was set up in America for promoting recipes and knitting patterns, but like most of these social networking things, business can make use of them, as we've seen here, by pinning an image from your own website that has therefore picked up the link to the same page that image was on, and you could use that for pushing product promotions, pushing events, anything that you would like to promote really. So that's pininterest.com. Within there you would set an account up. That account is editable, so we can go here and go settings, quite minimal really, the settings here. You've got an email address which is not shown publicly, so people can't access that. We have a username and password. We have your gender, which you can leave as unspecified if you wish. A description, so that can be quite useful for helping push your keywords. Physical location, a website, an image, which can be picked up from Facebook. You can link your pin interest to Facebook. You can even add pin interest to your Facebook timeline. So every time you pin something, it automatically gets added to your Facebook timeline. We can link to Twitter. So any pins you make get posted on your Twitter account. And if you ever do get fed up of it, you can delete your account. So that's just very few settings there, which makes the pin interest really very easy to set up, very easy to use and make the most of. Obviously, there is that time element again, as there is with all these social networkings, where you need to be adding pins on a regular basis that link back to your site and trying to promote either by pushing your pins into Facebook or into Twitter so that you get more people viewing your pins, therefore increasing their prominence, therefore increasing the possibility that they get repinned, which then helps to snowball and bring through more clicks back to your website, with the long-term aim obviously of increasing your own sales. The starting point is therefore Pinterest.com, and you're away.